Sometimes an adventure begins as a simple exploration, a crisp morning, good company, and the thrill of discovery. But what happens when that adventure takes a dark turn? February 11th, 1998. Winter had a firm grip on the Tennessee wilderness. The forests were silent, the only sound was the crunch of boots over frozen leaves. 4 seasoned cavers, James, Alan, Darrell, and Jerry, were preparing for what was supposed to be an ordinary cave exploration. But today was different. Today, they were heading into the unknown. A newly discovered cave, barely explored, and that was exactly what drew them in. The mystery, the darkness. Locally known as Weatherly Well, the cave began with an impossibly tight opening, just 9 inches wide. That's narrower than a backpack. No gear could come with you, no room for hesitation. Only those brave enough to squeeze in would see what lay beyond. Alan England, at 63 years old, the oldest of the group, volunteered without hesitation. Small, lean, and experienced, decades of caving behind him. But experience means nothing when the cave decides to fight back. He lowers himself carefully, his ribs scrape against solid stone and his clothes soak through from the damp cave walls. Every inch is a struggle. Below awaits a 7-foot drop, followed by a 10-foot plunge deeper into the earth. For a brief moment there's relief. He can breathe again, stretch his limbs. His headlamp reveals the next descent, darker, steeper, more treacherous. But Alan is alone, and no matter how curious he is, he knows the risks of going further without backup. He turns around and begins the ascent. The climb out of the second chamber goes smoothly enough. Then the 7-foot wall. His muscles burn, the cold stings his skin. But then comes the moment everything changes. He reaches the entry slot, the same gap that welcomed him before, but now it traps him. The stone feels narrower, less forgiving. His shoulders wedge tight, his arms can't find leverage. He pushes, he twists, nothing works. His teammates above see him struggle. They try to help, pulling on the rope, shouting instructions, but there's no space to maneuver. The cave isn't letting him go. His clothes, soaked from the walls, now cling like ice. He can't move. The temperature drops, and the narrow passage begins to feel like a tomb. I can't do this anymore. Get help. His voice is faint but desperate. I can't. Get help. James and Darrell don't waste a second. They run through the forest, across frozen trails, racing against time, hoping they're not already too late. Within 2 hours, the East Tennessee Cave Rescue Team is on site. Specialists in nightmare scenarios like this, but even they know this one is going to be tough. Alan has been trapped for over 5 hours. He's hypothermic, exhausted, barely holding on, but conscious, determined. The rescuers set up a complex rope system. Every movement must be perfect. One wrong tug, and everything could collapse. Every inch is agony. The stone scrapes his chest, bruises his shoulders. He grits his teeth, endures. The rescuers don't rush. They can't. Precision is everything. Finally, Alan is free. After more than an hour of grueling effort, he emerges, shaking, soaked, but alive. The cold outside feels warm compared to what he just escaped. Refusing to be carried, Alan insists on walking back to the car himself. Every step a testament to his strength, not just physical, but mental. He survived, but the cave left its mark, not just on his body, but on his soul. What welcomed him in nearly never let him out. He underestimated the cave, and it almost cost him his life. Sometimes it's not the depth, but the tightness of the path that traps you. And sometimes it's not the darkness, but yourself you must escape from. Subscribe for more true stories from the darkest places on Earth.